Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your yearly reading for 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. It's going to be wild and wonderful, chaotic, and downright weird. We can all feel it, of course, but let's tap into your individual energy just to see what is ahead for you in 2025. Now, I am going to shuffle the cards, and as I do that, I will let you know of all the energies available to you to tap into for the year ahead, as well as any global events I feel are prominent. Of course, fast forward that part if you don't want to hear it, and I will be taking one card from this deck for each of the months, and then I will clarify as I go. Also, I'm opening up a new competition for one lucky subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll get to that a little bit in a moment. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding 2025? What's in store for the year ahead? Please show them the way. Well, we made it to 2025, which will, of course, be one of the biggest years of our lives to date. We can, of course, all feel globally it will be a bumpy road ahead. But there are so many incredible opportunities available to you personally, and it really does have so much potential. Now, Venus moved into the sign of Pisces at the very beginning of January, encouraging you to walk boldly into 2025 with an open heart, to romance your life more, of course, and add creative flair in all your endeavors, and also aspire to the finer things in life. Follow your heart and fill it with joy. It's a perfect year to find your soulmate or deepen your current connection if you have one, and when Mars goes direct from late February, it's an all-out invitation to set your soul ablaze with wild spontaneity and adventure, whilst also hitting your personal targets along the way. Now, this year is about feeling fulfilled, right to your very core. However, 2025 is also going to be a bit of an intense year for many reasons. It's a 9-year in numerology, which is the end of cycles. It demands radical change. A new chapter requires a new version of you, and that's exactly your approach to many things this year. Karmic cycles are coming to an end. Also, a lot of major planets are hanging out in the sign of Pisces or Aries this year. I almost want to call it a year where fire and water clash. Things will be heating up. Whether you've been good or bad, expect karma to kind of like knock on your door. 2025 is all about your personal journey. It's about discipline and self-mastery, reprogramming to move away from the past, from old hurts, generational toxicity or wounding, so that you can be set free finally and reignite that spark, that lust for life. Now, Jupiter plays a significant role here too. It wants to reward you for all your hard work, and it will be a fair exchange based on your karmic debt. This energy, whoa, as I say that, all that energy that comes out, this is going to be, oh, look at that. Going to be very, interesting time for you around about April. You got the volcanoes card there. We're actually going to see a lot of physical volcanoes erupting this year too, but we'll get to that in a moment. But this is some sort of reshape in terms of your landscape around about April, but we'll get there when we get there, of course. Now, this energy, it plays a very important role for you personally, because anything that you're passionately creating, there's something definitely going on in April there for you. It will leave a legacy. all you dedicate yourself to, it dials up the level of success. And 2025, it is the precipice of change, especially on a global scale. And with Saturn and Neptune close to 0 degrees in Aries, which has never happened in recorded history, a new era is birthing something radical. You may see drastic changes in infrastructure or industries that you work in or rely on. We'll see a lot of CEOs or figureheads or governing institutions kind of stepping down this year. It's just a change of face, however. The old guard still remains in charge, if you know what I mean, for now. And Saturn and Neptune, of course, they have been conjunct before, but never at 0 degrees Aries, which will be exact as we move into 2026. So this is a pretty big deal. This conjunction has collapsed empires in the past, but at 0 degrees Aries, this is new. So it could be a fiery clash to topple old structures, rules, establishments, regulations, or traditional ways of doing things suddenly and radically change. For example, most notable Saturn-Neptune conjunctions saw the Berlin Wall fall. So you can actually Google online what other empires or their legacies collapsed during this type of conjunction, which may indicate what we might have in store on a global scale for the year ahead. Now, on a personal level, this energy is actually super positive for you because it helps you challenge yourself in new ways, try new approaches, or even new technology. It's very beneficial. And this is also the year of the wood snake in Chinese astrology, which overall is very auspicious energy. Lots of good luck there. But remember, of course, snakes can be charmed. And Pluto, which you know all about, my beautiful Scorpio, it works hard to dig a little bit deeper and increase your intuition and see behind the motives of whoever is playing the pipe, or indeed whoever has been paying the piper. Now, the world is shedding its metaphorical skin. Things are shifting, especially in terms of physical landscapes. So personally, you may be on a quest for newness this year. New experiences, new places, new faces. This is a year of positivity and excitement. And of course, in terms of the world and the Earth itself, it's also shifting. So we will see more seismic activity, even in areas that are not prone to it, for example, as well. Is that 12 cards? Yes, it is. So let me just pop this here for you. I'm going to close out that deck. Now, of course, there's also going to be large volcanic activity, as I just mentioned. It will increase, as well as the potential for water-related events. Areas I'm drawn to in particular are the Pacific Plate, specifically an underwater volcano that I keep feeling in my energy field is going to be significant, as well as the Nevado de la Ruiz and St. Helens. And hotspot areas, of course, will be along the Ring of Fire and the African Plate. Now, this part is an obvious part. You probably don't need me to tell you this one, but Turkey and Indonesia, they tend to see a lot of seismic activity, and this year it will increase. I don't like to give that message, and I actually hope I'm wrong, but, that's something to look out for as well. We will see a gradual increase in solar flares affecting power grids until we reach solar maximum in July. So I would just keep a torch handy, nothing to worry about. This too shall pass. And I wish I could tell you that this crazy weather will calm down, but unfortunately it will only increase, and we may even see a category 6 added to the hurricane system. Again, I hope I'm wrong about that, but here we are. Tangible assets, financial structures will also be revolutionized. Economically, we may see a challenging year ahead globally, especially in terms of, resources like oil and gas and things like that. But in order to come out the other side positively, we must go through, and it is a year of sustainability and self-sufficiency. 2025 will reveal revolutionary advancements in pretty much all technology, but especially in healthcare, which will be really beneficial there too. Now also, just when you thought that you couldn't be shocked any further, Neptune and Pluto gang up on well-known figures in the public eye and expose those who are up to no good, especially on our dime. So expect lots of exposés this year to continue. It will be a running theme. Now this year it's all about removing the layers. On a personal level, on a global layer, it's all about seeing below the surface. And ultimately it's about purifying, detoxifying, getting back on track, and being successful in all that you dedicate yourself yourself too. There's a lot of good luck available this year on personal levels. And on a deeper note, the North Node forces us to look at what we've been accepting that has been less than we truly deserve, that has caused pain, sadness, hardship, or difficulty, whether it's a relationship, friendship, environment, or even a lifestyle. It's a year to face it head on and with a smile in your heart, to fully understand what needs to change or what you need to walk away from. And in that very moment of empowerment, you realize what you are truly capable of and transform and transcend to live life without limitations and aspire to live your best life. So looking at your energy, I feel there's going to be a lot of shifts and changes here in a really positive way. Things are going to get really fast paced, but again, in an exciting way. I see you focus on your health. I see lots of travel here. I see an energy of you focusing on your wealth, security, and finances. And I feel basically there's an energy here of you looking at where you feel like you belong in the world, reconnecting to that passionate side of yourself. And I'm also being given a song before I even start, before I even pick up that first card. And it's a very powerful song. It's I think it's called Fight Song. What I'm hearing is, this is my fight song, take back my life song. So I feel this is a year where you basically take back your life, take back your power, and reshape your landscape in some way in order to create a new experience. And, you know, there's a lot of success here, a lot of reward, and I just feel like you're rediscovering a part of yourself that perhaps you felt lay dormant for a while, because a lot of that passion is coming to the surface. Anyway, let's start with your first card. We have Clarity, Mountain. Now, this figure is literally, you know, sleeping in the mountains. So I feel like you've been through a little bit of a difficult time in 2024. I feel like you've climbed to the top of that mountain and you're seeing clearly. This card is for January. So, you know, even though I feel there's an energy of everyone expecting to get really busy in January, it could be that you have a slow kind of move into the pace of 2025. You know, this is a card of withdrawing in order to think about your plans, to strategize. You know, this is a very clear thinking month. This is a month to articulate your needs to the universe, but it's also a purifying month. If you think about all that snow, all that ice, it's kind of like you solidifying things in your life, but also decluttering, detoxifying, looking at what's really great for your body, purifying energy. It's number 16, and that is, of course, the Tower energy. So the Tower energy can indicate that you're restructuring your world, especially when it's in a number rather than the actual card itself. So it can indicate that you are revolutionizing your life. You're planning and plotting things that you want to accomplish, and a lot of this is going to be new. It's like fresh new start. You know, there's no footprint in any of that snow. So I feel like you are looking at the direction you want to take things to. And some of you may even be a maverick and do something that either your family have never done before, or perhaps there's something you feel like you have to do alone, or something that you've never done before that you are on a quest to accomplish. You know, I feel like that the universe is supporting you in all your endeavors. And some of you may feel that what you want to accomplish is a bit of a mountain to climb, but actually I feel like you're already halfway there, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Now, of course, this card is actually a very advantageous card. It indicates that you're looking at things from a higher perspective. You're too close to something in your life right now, so you know instinctively you need to transcend it in order to properly and clearly take a good look at it. And I feel like you're also taking the higher road when it comes to any conflict or disputes. You're removing yourself. You know, this card is also asking you, you know, where do you have trigger points? Where do you tend to make a big deal about something and react to something that you feel perhaps you don't want to react to anymore? So I feel you're transcending something here that perhaps you're really fed up with, because I feel like you've entered 2025 in a bit of a like, you know what, I'm fed up of things. Things need to change. I am taking back my life. Maybe that's what that song is about. And you're actually going to hear that song a lot in 2025, because I feel there is an empowerment here, a rising up. I mean, if you have a look at this card, you know, these are peaks and troughs, you know, as it were. It's like ups and downs there. But also, you know, this could be you preempting that things are going to be challenging. But I feel actually there's a lot of good things coming towards you. You're learning when to go out there and be a go-getting spirit, but also when to value alone time or quiet time in order to recharge your battery. So you're going to be running on optimum levels of energy this year as well. But also, as you can see, this figure is really comfortable. You know, this is about, you know, getting close to your goals and dreams, visualizing something that perhaps you feel is going be a monumental task, but you're up to the challenge. You know, this is also you reaching great heights. And as you can see, these peaks are all like snow-capped mountains. And as we move into April, as you can see, this is like something from below the surface, really like powering up and lifting off. So it could be that you're launching a business, or you're launching a new style, new sort of like beginning in some area of your life that will reshape your life forever. Because this is a landscape card, so it means your landscape is shifting. So some of you could be right now in the strategizing period, because of course this is an air card. So this is all about you connecting to the mind, being very cerebral, thinking about your plans, plotting, planning for what you want as you move ahead, of course. And it can indicate, you know, that you're reflecting on what you need to do before you actually move forward. You're solving a lot of problems in your life in January, and I don't see that you have many problems, but the ones that you feel like you've been like experiencing or putting up with for a long time, whether you feel a bit stuck in a rut, or whether you're feeling just, you know, that your libido has been absent, or you feel that you've been on autopilot, or maybe even fight or flight mode. There is this energy of like kind of being, it's not absent. I don't know what the word is right now that I'm getting there. It's almost like you've been feeling a little bit numb, or perhaps you feel that you've put a lot of things on hold and you want to reconnect to them. And this is the year where you actually do that. This is the year where you just get back into your passionate kind of side, where you're creative. And I feel there's a lot of exciting things along the way for you in the year of 2025. But this card, it's like, you know what, you're really comfortable that even though things may present themselves as challenging, I feel like you're really comfortable where you're at right now, that you know that you're going to springboard to even more. You're climbing higher and higher, achieving great things there. And for some of you, this could be that you want to withdraw into self briefly in order to focus on your plans. You know, it could be sort of hermit mode kind of energy. It's been a little bit too people-y perhaps after the last season, lots of hustle and bustle, going out there, doing your own thing. Now you're getting serious about your goals. Now you are really like bravely deciding what it is that you want. And some of you in January are also catching up on more sleep. Okay, that can be literally what that card is showing me. But because number 16 is there, it tends to mean that you're detoxifying and you are restructuring. You know, I want you to be aware, because I'm being given by my guides, you know, sometimes the tower energy, because of course you've got number 16 there, it can be that you're a tower of power. You're regenerating or you're recharging batteries so that you can, you know, really focus on goals and be really kind of aware of limitations. In order to break free from something, we must become aware of where we feel stuck. So I feel a lot of you could also be identifying what you put up with in 2024 and saying, no more of that. You're drawing a line in the sand. You know, also some of you may freeze something out or cut something out in the month of January, whether it's a person, a relationship, a friendship, or just a way of doing something, you know, a lifestyle change going on there for you. But let me just pull a card to clarify a little bit deeper what's going on in January for you. I feel things pick up a lot of pace in February. It's like everything starts in January, but at a different pace. And then, of course, February, things really just kind of kick off for you there. So we have the strength card. So this is about renewing your strength. It's about you breaking the chains of 2024 and even the past. This is about you kind of being bold and daring, maybe even promising yourself that you're going to take more risks this year. But also this is a card of self-care. It's you kind of implementing routines that will benefit you long term so that you can be on optimum energy levels. You know, I feel a lot of you, this is about empowering yourself and being that king or queen of the jungle, as it were, and recognizing that life, it's challenging. That's just the facts, okay? But you are strong enough to overcome any difficulties that you've experienced. And this card, you know, the strength card is all about, you know, releasing the beast within, you know, that passionate side, that wild side. I really feel like you are rewilding yourself. This has come up a lot in your readings, and I feel like you're taking a walk on the wilder side this year. And that's in all areas of your life, in terms of your adventures, your relationships, you know, your personal life. I feel a lot of you are kind of like seeking more adventure, but also wanting to do things differently to keep life interesting there as well. Now, of course, this is a card of being super talented, it's a card of creativity, and it is a card of being bold and daring. I mean, the original Rider-Waite Tarot, the Strength card, has a figure putting their hand near the lion's mouth. So there could be some sort of risk or something that's calculated that you feel is going to be monumental or difficult or challenging in some way, but you've got this. You're going to make it happen. And also, I feel like you're leading with a gentler side of yourself. There is a real energy here where I feel you want to be more open-hearted. I'm actually seeing an image of a flamingo right now. It's a pink flamingo, and what I'm seeing here is it's like, you know, a vibrancy year ahead. I feel it's you being unique, resourceful. You know, if you think about flamingos, they tend to spend a lot of time on one foot. So it could be about balance. It can be that you are unstoppable in your endeavors and that no matter what comes your way, you're balanced and you're not going to be knocked off course or knocked off balance there. It can be that, you know, you have no fear in sharing your emotions. You're being more flamboyant. You know, you're leading with authenticity and you're seeking your community or seeking soul tribe members. You know, you're doing a lot of emotional healing as well. This can be that you're purifying, but also it's a very cathartic experience to, you know, maybe look at some emotions that have been dormant or on hold, for example, and it can be that, you know, you're valuing yourself in a different way and you feel it's time to purify, to let it all out so you can have a fresh new start there. So exciting month for January, but I do feel, of course, you're going to be busy. You have responsibilities and tasks and all the things that you want to do, but I feel you're calculating something or you're planning something. January seems to be more about planning or strategizing or just getting clear on what you feel is the missing ingredient of your life. And I'm just going to clarify one more for January before I move into February, because February you've got a card that has a master number 22, and that's a very powerful month for you. So it could be that, you know, if you're implementing like new exercise routines, I definitely see that you're trying to improve your sleep, your sleeping patterns. Some of you may identify what's been, you know, causing you unrest or restlessness there. And I feel, you know, better sleeping patterns. And some of you, you know, I feel like you're recharging because 2024, I feel, was an exhausting year for you. And you are not going to be running on empty this year. This year, 2025, is going to be more fulfilling. And let's see what we have here. Yeah, look at that. Sleeping. We've even got the tower. You know, as I said, you've got strong tower energy, mainly because of that number 16 there. But the tower is restructure, you know. And of course, you've got the 9 of Swords. Something may have been on your mind or perhaps impeding your sleep there. This is like nightmares or being haunted by something, but you're restructuring. So you're not allowing it to come with you into 2025. I feel like you're rebuilding something. So you may have had a shock or you may have experienced something that you thought, I need to distance myself from this, whether it was a conflict, an argument, whether it was drama, whether it was, you know, for some of you, it could be that you were made redundant last year and you're just feeling like in a place which is very stationary right now and you're wondering how things are going to work out. Well, February is a great month for you. I feel it's like the cusp. So if you're looking for a job, I feel an opportunity could come your way at the very end of January or as you move into February, because it feels a faster paced month for you. You're making progress, but you know, when I clarified with the Strength card, you know, this indicates that you're stronger than any troubles or problems. So I feel like you're breaking free from something that perhaps has been impeding you or making you feel stuck in some area of your life. You know, the Tower, it's not to be feared. It actually is a Scorpio Aries card, and it indicates that you are summoning all of this strength within you in order to transform your life. And it's hard, you know, to cut something out perhaps that is tempting or, you know, to move away from something that has been a routine or a ritual or, you know, a repetitive cycle. It's hard to break cycles, and that's what you're doing. You're breaking free from it. So the Tower, I always say, it's like a prison. Sometimes we lock ourselves into a lifestyle choice, or we lock ourselves into a relationship or a friendship or a way of doing something, and we feel it's hard to break free from it. You know, sometimes if we always do what we always do, we're always going to get what we always get. And if we're not happy with that, then it's time to change. So this is you kind of reshaping your landscapes there. Now, of course, in January, there could be a moment. It's only come through there, so I have to honor it because it's coming through. I'm not going to lie to you with the energy and say, oh, let's just pretend that didn't happen. The energy that I've got was there could be some news that comes through that like makes you really surprised. And you're like, you know what? I'm going back to bed. No, I don't want to deal with this. So it could be for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, there could be like a surprise bill, for example, that comes in and you're like, oh my gosh, you know, whatever it is, I feel like you conquer it, you overcome it. I actually feel like there's nothing to worry about. I'm going to clarify these two cards a little bit more, but I also see that there is an energy here that is personal to you, which is you're reshaping the way you talk to yourself. Okay, I feel like you are kind of like shifting perspective, shifting negative self-talk. I feel like you're being more gentle with yourself and you're looking at fear. This is something that came up a lot in 2024. And even I did a little kind of short video for you all out there, for everyone in the collective. And each sign got 2 cards. And one of the cards that you got, my beautiful Scorpio, was fear. So this is about you reshaping fear, because this is a card of anxiety, nervousness, fear, you know, things like clickbait or, you know, things that tell you that the world is going to end tomorrow. Click this if you want to be safe, and then you click it, you're like, oh my gosh, this video has made me feel so anxious. And, you know, it's raising cortisol levels. It's making you feel fearful. Now, of course, not everyone is dealing with that, but I really get an energy here that some of you, it's like 2025, things feel uncertain. You are a very empathetic person. You have a deep empathy for the world, for people, and you always see below the surface. So already you know that 2025 is going to be a monumental year in terms of global events, and you may be feeling a little bit uncertain. You don't know what lies ahead. You know, there is a fresh new start here. You're doing new things, and you may be feeling a little bit anxious, especially if you're making radical changes. But you know that these changes need to happen because the crown chakra, you know, the crown there is like hit by the lightning bolt. Lightning bolts just represent epiphanies. Your vibrations are changing. They are elevating, which means old, outdated belief systems or structures or things that you are fed up with dealing with, they can no longer continue with you. So you need to eradicate them in order to break free and move forward. So I feel like you're looking at the nature of fear itself, and rather than feeling that fear, I feel like you are forgetting about it and moving away from it and doing it anyway. So, you know, there's that famous, I think it's a famous book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I feel like you are literally throwing out the manual this year and saying, you know what, I want to do things differently. I just got to break free. There is an energy of feeling a little bit more like itchy feet this year, where you want to experience more things. You know, the Page of Swords, I mean, the Page of Swords also can indicate that you have a level of vigilance right now where you're expecting something to go wrong. But looking at the rest of your cards, I feel like things go really right for you. I mean, there's potentially, like, let me see. I mean, there's a little bit of quiet time going on here at the end of the year, but you have no negative cards this year, okay? I mean, a Tower came out there, so it can be that, you know, you are shifting and changing your perspective, but also it could indicate that you hear news that is shocking. Pages bring news. Swords are something maybe you need to dig into a little bit deeper. So it could be that perhaps either a bill comes out earlier than expected, and you're like, what? And you need to investigate it, or it could be that perhaps, you know, there is, you know, a surprise bill, because Towers are surprise. They don't have to be negative. I want you to be aware of it. It could be some surprise news that means something is changing. For example, if your best friend decides to suddenly say, you know what, I'm moving to a different country, and you're thrilled for them, but at the same time you're like, oh, that means we're going to be apart. That's surprising news, but at the same time you support them, but also it makes you feel a bit anxious that your bestie is now like going to be apart. So it can be different types of news, so please apply it to your situation. There's definitely something here that may surprise you, but it could also be that you distance yourself from some sort of drama. You see a person in a new light, or something changes and you shift perspective. You get an opportunity to rebuild. The Tower is to rebuild after something has broken down in some way. I mean, because you have, you know, a snow-capped mountain. For some of you, it could be, and I don't really want to say this, but you could have some extreme weather, for example, in January, like extreme snow, for example. And it could be that an item breaks down. It could be that the battery on your car is drained. It could be that your boiler breaks down, for example. I don't want any of those things to happen, and I hope I'm wrong on all of those things. But I feel this is a month where there could be some sort of restructure on a personal level that's really positive, but also you got a tower. So it can be that, you know, expect the unexpected. The Page of Swords is like you being vigilant. You probably intuitively knew this was going to happen. Something could have got critical, for example, and you needed to address it. So that's coming out there. Let's go one more because we did get that tower. I'll always do like a double clarity just to make sure before I move away from that energy. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? But actually, I just feel more than anything, you know, the tower, especially with that song, it's like Take Back My Life song. I feel like you're rebuilding something. Yeah, 10 of Cups, happy family, 5 of Cups, you know. I mean, it's about looking at the wins and the losses in life, you know, the ups and downs. I did mention that already with the mountain peaks. It's like the peaks and troughs of life. You know, the 5 of Cups can also be like releasing something, a lament there. I would say for some of you, if you experienced, you know, something that was truly shocking in 2024, it could be that you are in a period of grief and that you are trying to get over something and trying to rebuild your life. And it's really hard. And there's moments where you're like, you know what? I don't want to do life today. I just want to go back to bed. And I just want to sit with self and just think and maybe not think sometimes as well. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you've been going through some sort of grief. You know, I don't see anything happening here that is to come. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. This is only if you've experienced this in 2024 that it could be something you've taken with you in, because this is like you dealing with things now. It's you getting comfortable with the situation and kind of like spending some alone time to really get clarity on it. So, you know, I feel with that 5 of Cups, this is about really in a cathartic kind of energy. And with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that energy there. You may see a lot of pink flamingos as a sign as well, perhaps from this person in spirit. If you have lost someone who's very close to you, also ask them for a sign, because I feel like they're going to show it straight away. They're still with you. They're still kind of, you know, protecting you and walk with you is what I see there. So with a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from this energy. But also I feel this is about you kind of like purifying, you know, as you can see, those 3 cups are spilt. And I feel this is about you kind of like cutting some things out. But also if you have been aspiring to be in a high level commitment and you feel like love has not come your way just yet, the universe has something in store for you, a bit of a surprise. So I feel that you may meet someone on the cusp of going into February. Okay, there's a high level commitment around you. So if you're single, I do see love for you this year, but I feel like you're fully in the throes of love and passion in March and April. That's what I see there. Now moving into February, very fast-paced month. I feel like you've got a lot on your to-do list. I feel like you're launching things, you're making progress. You know, these horses are literally coming out of a stormy cloud. So it can indicate that whatever was bothering you or whatever it was difficult, you're moving on and past this. You know, this card, it's a master number, which is 22. So this is a really exciting time for you to turn things around in your favor. This card indicates that you're flexible, you're grounded, you're passionately moving forward, and you're making choices that are right for you. You are being resourceful, you're using your voice, you're communicating to the universe about what it is that you want, and it literally says motion, air. Now, a lot of you, because there's so much air here, you may do something online, or you may actually launch something that is connected to an online business. If you're an entrepreneur, I see that there is a flurry of activity in and around your goods or services. Things are picking up. There's more money coming in. You're in the flow. This is a card of progress and stability and moving forward. Also, on a personal level, this is you moving forward from anything that was turbulently bothering you or emotional kind of turbulence there. I feel like you're moving away from that. You know, this card can indicate that your thoughts are now being put into motion. So your plans are fully in the throes of, you know, being realized there. So I feel like you're working really hard. You're focusing on being productive. And I also feel this energy of change. So some of you, there is an energy that this year you want to either move somewhere new, you want to relocate. I see a home move for some of you there, especially overseas. I'm seeing an energy of overseas. So if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you're migrating your business, could be that you're like getting the right people involved or having the right meetings to help structure something for you at the beginning of the year, and you will migrate your business. Could also be that you are relocating. If you're retired, for example, it could be that you have a holiday home abroad, or perhaps you're going to spend more time abroad, or maybe you're aspiring to actually purchase a holiday destination home so that when you do retire, it could be that you want to find out where you feel like you belong long term there, okay? But this is a card of progress. So I would say in the month of February, you're going to see a lot of evidence of whatever it is you're working on. You know, things are in motion. Things are going the way you planned. You're heading in the right direction. There's security there. I also feel that you're setting yourself up for a major win in the month of March. There's something that you are going to celebrate. There's so much excitement and joy around you in March. But I feel like February is a month of work, you know, of your projects. It's a month of, you know, focusing on whatever it is that you are aspiring to achieve. Now we do have the Scorpio card there, of course, so this is about prioritizing your own needs. I feel like there's a new you and a new approach to 2025. You know, this is a card of change, action. So, you know, I feel like there's more action going on in February for you, a busier month there, but also you are reshaping your landscapes. You're literally the architect of your dreams. And I see a lot of you, especially at the beginning of the year, you know, cutting things out, shedding things that are old and familiar, breaking old habits on a personal level as well. And if there's anyone who had some sort of toxic cycle or routine with you, I feel like it's fully ended. That's the end. The karmic session is over and you're not looking back. This is forward motion only and not looking back. I also see there's something that you change in and around the way that you do spiritual rituals, or it's like taking more time for you. I feel that you are honoring your mindfulness. So it could be that you're doing more meditation during this time, or you find a group of people that really resonate with you, that you want to, you know, pay more attention to your inner world. Could be that you're doing Pilates, yoga, things like that. Also, I feel with the death card there, it can indicate that something is ripe for the picking. Okay, as you can see there, this cockerel is actually kind of, you know, growing this plant, and the High Priestess is blossoming. So something's in bloom and it's ripe for you to like pick it or reshape it in some way, prune it maybe so that it grows further. This could be financial in nature. I will pull some more cards on that. But the death card indicates that, you know, you are changing something. So something big could be ending for you and you're launching something new. This will be a great time, you know, that cusp period between January into February to launch a new idea, launch a new style, launch a new business endeavor, or even put your resume out there and get a new opportunity. Now, as I said there, because the death card basically signifies something big ends and something new blooms and something new blossoms there with the High Priestess. So if you have been made redundant or out of work, I feel like you could be signing contracts, you know, having new employment in February. This is when things start to really pick up pace or take off there, and you establish yourself in a role. So I definitely see that there's movement there when it comes to work. But also the High Priestess can indicate that you're making some long-lasting changes in silence. Could be that you're keeping something to yourself at this time. You're wondering how it's going to go, but it will pick up pace. There's a flurry of activity, as I said there. And of course, I would say, you know, February is a big month for endings. So this could be a month where you need to look out for contracts ending, expiry dates of passports, visas, for example, or maybe insurance coming to the end. You have to, you know, renew it. It could be a really big month for renewals in terms of like subscriptions or things that keep life running smoothly. That's what's coming out there as well. The Emperor, you're taking charge. You're fully in business mode. You're organized. You're strategizing. You're calculating things. You're in charge of your finances. You're being strict with yourself. You are focusing on budgets. You know, this is a card that indicates you're keeping a tight rein on your finances and things are going a little bit better and you are saving as well. It indicates that structure works really well for you in the month of February because you are going to be busy. Okay, this is a month where you get to be super busy there. But also, as you can see, you know, the mountains behind the Emperor are no longer snow-capped there, and I feel like this figure is now taller than the mountains. So this indicates that you are past any difficulty or problem. It means you're fully in control, you're empowered, and it means that, you know, you are very successful. There's something big in February and March that sees you being very successful, and there's something really major to celebrate there as well. Okay, now also with the Emperor energy, this could be that there are some rules or regulations that change in an industry that you either work in or perhaps a service that you utilize, because the Emperor can basically represent structure or an establishment. So it could be that, for example, your financial establishment changes. Maybe you need to sign new contracts. Maybe if you're an entrepreneur, it could be a social media platform changes the way its policies run and you have to sign new things, for example. So there's a lot of change in and around the month of February, and I feel it's on the cusp period, really. Now, it could also be that the way you deal with something regularly is changing its process. Okay, so whether it's like you're retired and you draw your pension, you know, it could be that you have to sign a new form, or it could be that you have to get it in a different way. For some of you, you may change something in and around your home space, because I feel there's a lot of reshaping going on in the first 4 months of the year. So it could be that you're doing some DIY in and around the home space. Maybe you are moving furniture around, maybe giving things a lick of paint. It just feels like you want a fresh new start, fresh new you, fresh new environment, decluttering, detoxifying, all of that. Now, as we move into March, this is a great month for you. This is celebration month. This is about you being extra creative. It's about you listening to music, perhaps going to events where there's a lot of music. You know, this is about you being more sociable this month. I feel like you're getting out a little bit more. And this is a card, of course, of being in tune with your life, fully in the flow. You're back in charge, you're back in the hot seat, and I feel things are starting to flourish for you. And it says joy, music, it's number 28. When you reduce it, of course, it's number 10, and that's the Wheel of Fortune energy. So good fortune, something to celebrate there. But this card, you know, it literally means that there is something coming in that brings intense joy. And, you know, it is a card of music, but it can highlight that you're expressing yourself fully, that you're basically, you know, wanting to be in natural soundscapes as well, like nature. You know, the trees, they talk to each other, the birds, you know, it's all like the music of the world. So it can be that you're surrounding yourself in natural sounds. Also, it could be that you feel more productive when you listen to music in the month of March. It can be that you're just basically, you know, completely on top of things and things are flowing in the direction that you feel they should be. So I feel this is about you being a little bit more wild, a little bit more wacky, going out there, trying new things, seeing new experiences, new landscapes. Because I feel here that it's like a gradual kind of peak that you are aspiring to. So it's like something is ticking over nicely, and then suddenly there's so much success, so much excitement. You know, this could be where you get some really great news and, you know, you tell people about it, you reveal something, and you can see that actually you're kind of freer in your energy there. I'm seeing a lot of four-leaf clover around this card. I mean, there's none in this card, but I'm seeing four-leaf clover everywhere. So it's a lucky month for you to either launch something or try something out, take calculated risks, for example. But some of you may actually decide to learn an instrument in this month, or perhaps you are going for a test, or you're learning something, because I feel a lot of you could be putting yourself on courses of learning this year. It doesn't have to be to do with an instrument, but it could be that you are putting yourself on a course of learning, and it could be that, you know, there's some sort of qualification or certification that you get during this month, and it kind of sets you free to do something radically new. And I feel it could be like higher pay grades or new money there. Some of you may even like receive a bonus if your company is, you know, a company that gives bonuses. You could receive news March, April time of a bonus. And for some of you also, if you're an entrepreneur, you could see that you have excess money and be able to give yourself a dividend, or, you know, be able to take more money, and it just sets you feeling a little bit more free financially there. We have the Hangman. So the Hangman is like to turn your life upside down, to get a new perspective, but also it is about, ending a way of doing something. It's a month where you can relax a little bit more. The pressure is off. It's a slower pace than the month of February there, but also the Hangman is a card that indicates that, your sacrifices bear fruit, that, things are basically going in a really good direction for you, because this card, it literally means like, relax, you've got this, everything is working as it should. And also there could be an energy here of transcendence. I would say for some of you, there's an energy of a suspended service during this time, which of course you're kind of like, yep, it's out of my hands, I'm not going to worry about it, because I feel like you are approaching things in a different way this year, managing stress levels and things like that. Yeah, there's new money, so it could be bonus time. There's definitely new money coming in, or some sort of financial thing that I was feeling there. I mean, this could be also that perhaps, you are feeling that your money is at a certain plateau and you're looking for alternative financial structures that you will implement that bring you joy. It could be something creative, shall we say. Second streams of income will be created in and around that time. If you are an entrepreneur, it could be that you're diversifying. For some of you, something is offered to you that is solid news that helps you relax, because this is a step back. This is kind of like, okay, we got this. It's almost like also you're honoring your energy. January is an easier month where you're like, okay, I'm getting back into the flow of things after a seasonal break. And then February is like you're on the go. Then the following month, you're like, no, I'm focusing on my own time. I want to go to places that bring more joy, be more sociable. I feel like, you have more money to play with there as well. Let me just go again. The Page of Pentacles, it indicates, you being responsible, focusing on your duties, being caring, of course. Yes, it's definitely a sociable card as well, which means you have been saving some finances, but you're going to utilize some of that to go out there and enjoy yourself. This will be a big month for you to start a course, or maybe it is a spiritual retreat or something that you're thinking about booking there. But I definitely see, like, for a lot of you, new business venture or startup or an opportunity to make money. But I also see that you're investing in your health. And a lot of you, you're focused on your mental health there, your inner world. We've got the Five of Swords there, and we've got the King of Cups. So the Five of Swords, it can indicate, that literally you're removing yourself from tension. You're removing yourself from drama this year. Five of Swords is an indication that there may be someone during the month of March who tries to push your buttons, but you're in this mode, which is like, nothing going to break your stride, nothing going to mess with your energy. You're like, you know what? I'm not about it. Just removing myself, just in my own world, do my own thing. And, I feel like you just distance yourself from that. The King of Cups indicates you're honoring your own needs. You're not getting involved in anyone who has to be right all the time, anyone who wants to play mind games. You're not about it. Okay. Now, also, I feel if you're feeling a little bit nervous or stressful or, anxious at any point, we all go there. Even if we strive to be less anxious, sometimes something hits and we're like, okay, that's made me feel a little bit weird. I feel music is your key to transcend this, and really remember that song, because I feel it's something that indicates you're taking charge of your life. King of Cups is to be in charge of your emotions, to protect your emotions. It's also to be a leader. So I feel a lot of you, there's strong leadership energy. So if you are in an entrepreneurship, it could be that, you are setting up a new directorship. If you are your own boss, I feel it could be that, you're fully in the flow of doing something that you love and things are coming together for you. For some of you, it could also be if you're in a job that there's new opportunities available for a promotion during this time. And, in terms of love as well, I feel like this is a strong time where you're going to be falling in love, and there's going to be a lot of passion there as well. I feel it's a strong month where you fall in love, because you've got the King of Cups that came out there, which is all about falling in love. And of course, we've got joy, music. You may meet this person at a place where there is music, of course. You know, some of you, it's about being more kind of like physical as well, keeping to your exercise routines. And some of you may join some classes, for example, and sustain those classes throughout the year, where it's like either like Zumba or something. You know, please apply it to your situation. If you're someone who's just into sporting things, it could be that you are training to like high intensity music that just helps you go that extra mile when you hit the gym, for example. Now, as we move into the month of April, you know, this is volcanoes. Okay, and it's power. So this is about you realizing that you're in a really powerful situation to transform your life completely. If you think about the nature of a volcano, and we have that dormant energy at the beginning, it's like your passions are coming to the surface. You're leading your life with passion. And, you know, that molten lava comes right up. This is all about passion. It's about intensity. It's about reigniting that lust for life, being that go-getting spirit, creating stability. You know, things are going to get hot, hot, hot in the month of April. For some of you, this is in terms of your relationships. You're either falling in love at the very beginning of the year there, and there could be a very passionate exchange with you and your partner. If you're already in a relationship, this could be that you and your partner, you know, there's a deeper connection there, and there's a bit more of a spark. You're remembering what you fell in love with in the first place, but also you may have a major conversation during these months where you want to move, or you want to go somewhere else, or do something radical with your relationship that changes things, and it just like is so exciting. Now, of course, you know, with the volcano, if you think about it, the molten lava, it kind of spews out from the very core. So this is about you wanting to do something at the very core of your being, whether it's accomplish something, or whether it is, you know, money related, or, you know, relationship related, whatever it is, it feels like it's coming from the very depths of your being, and you're expressing it, and it becomes reality. You know, molten lava, it spews out and it comes down the mountain or the volcano, and it solidifies. So it becomes like a new landscape. It becomes new layers. And this year is about peeling away the layers so that you can rebuild. And I feel that's something that you're doing there. You're in a really powerful position. But it's like summoning all this strength to transform your life this year, and there's a lot of success. Big, big news in the month of April for you, and it's something that I feel is actually thrilling for you there as well. It's number 9, so it's the Hermit energy. It can indicate that something that you planned when you were in that Hermit or dormant energy is now fully in flow. It's exciting. It's, you know, as I said, thrilling, whatever it is. But also, it's number 9, something that you did yourself, something that you should be really proud of yourself for. There's a lot of success in March and April for you. There's other things along the way, but these are big months for you at the beginning there. Now, of course, this is you living your passions, but also, you know, this is you kind of like moving away from old grudges as well, you know, healing energy, releasing heavy energy as well, allowing anger to kind of flow. You know, some people, I'm being given the word reformation right now, so it's a rebirth. So this could be a rebirth of the old self, or this missing piece, or part of yourself that you feel has been dormant for a while, or that you lost touch with. You're fully, you know, reclaiming your life in the month of April. But, you know, this card, it's really important to recognize that anger, it's not an unhealthy emotion. We've got it for a reason. Humans have access to so many different emotions, and anger is a measure that either someone has crossed a boundary and that we need to readdress that, or we need to stand up to someone because they've overstepped a mark, or we need to summon the strength to transform something, because we tend to get a little bit angry with ourselves or frustrated when things are remaining the same or have plateaued, or we're stuck in a cycle. We get frustrated, we get angry, we get cranky, and that is a measure that something needs to change. So I really feel there's a rebirth or a change going on in this month that is a really big deal. This would be a massive upheaval month for you. Some of you may actually move in this month, or you may actually decide to just go for something, purchase it, and you may actually be kind of like tied into it, and then I feel, you know, you could actually fully kind of settle in that place in the month of August there as well. So I just feel this energy of shifting and changing, but it's a powerful position. I really am excited about that month for you on a personal level. Now, on terms of a global scale, I would say, you know, people need to keep mindful of April, you know, March, April time, July, August time, and the eclipse season at the end of the year, because these are going to be powerful shifts. I mean, there could also be something on a more sort of basic level, which is outside of yourself, you know, a dormant volcano in the world somewhere suddenly becomes very active. And, you know, there's one in particular, I don't even want to talk about it, really. It's been on my radar, and it's in Indonesia, okay? So, you know, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to put it out there, but it's a big one. I don't think it's sort of erupted since like 18 something, okay, maybe 1815 I'm being drawn to. I'm probably wrong on that date, I'm not sure, but in and around 18 something I feel it was dormant. Is it? It begins with a T. Okay, I'm not going to utter it, but you know, we could see something like that affects travel, for example, or affects, you know, something on a more, you know, global scale. So I will just leave that like that. I'm going to say it because it came up there, but I don't really want to utter the words, because, you know, words are very powerful. Remember, and I think this is something you are remembering, that, you know, words are spellings. They are spelt. That's why we call it that. And they are cast out to the universe. And our words become things. Thoughts become things. Everything starts with a thought, and you are planning something and it becomes your reality. As I said, big month for success. The star energy is clarifying this month. This is about you being in the spotlight, being recognized for your talents, your skill set, you know, your reputation, for example. The star energy can also indicate on a personal level that all this stuff comes out and you're healing, and you're finally getting that emotional kind of healing and care. And I feel with that star energy, more than anything, I feel a wish is delivered, or something that you've been aligning yourself with. I feel like you see rewards of all that healthy work you've been doing on yourself, body, mind, and soul. If you're implementing some sort of exercise routine or sleeping routine at the beginning of the year, you're going to see evidence that it's kind of transforming you completely, and you're going to be really proud of yourself. Also, the star energy indicates there's a brighter future to look forward to. So something happens in March and April that you're going to be so excited about, that really highlights that actually there's a lot of good things coming your way. Now, the star energy is hopes and dreams, you know, potential, and it also indicates new concepts, a removal of blockages or energy blocks. So I feel like you may actually discover something that's been draining your energy. Perhaps there's a food substance or something that has been impacting your health in some way, or even an environment. You set yourself free. You know, this is free-flowing energy right from the very beginning. So if you felt really exhausted in 2024, your energy in 2025 is completely renewed and revamped, okay? And it could be that you identify, because a star is to shine a spotlight on, could be that you identify, you know, a reason for that, maybe a health reason, perhaps, you know, a vitamin deficiency, for example. For some of you, it could also be that you discover a product or a vitamin that helps you, or food substance that actually helps you in this month as well, because this is a big breakthrough month. For a lot of you, it could be money blocks as well. It could be that you're breaking through a money block and you're going to attract more money there. I also feel like there is this glass ceiling. Some of you may have felt like you've hit a plateau in some area of your life, because remember, this is the plateau. This figure is at that plateau, and this is the top of the volcano, or the top of the mountain there. And as you can see, this figure is now on top of the mountain, on top of the volcano. And it's like, I'm here, this is happening. So this is about promoting your work. It's about allowing yourself to be seen. It's really being in that spotlight. I mean, if you're someone who wants to be in the public eye, April is a big month for you to be catapulted into the public arena. If you're an entrepreneur, this is where people see more of your goods or services, or you go worldwide. Could be that if you're online, for example, and you are using a social media platform, it could be that you go viral, that suddenly everybody, you know, connects to you and wants to see what you're about. They understand you in a different level. It could be that, you know, suddenly on a personal level, people around you, you know, it could be there's some sort of conversation that leads you to actually say what you need to say and get it all out there, and suddenly they see you in a new light and they appreciate all that you've been doing. It can be that as well. You know, if you're in, you know, an industry where, you know, you are all about your reputation, it can be that it's increasing and that you are destined for the top. You're taken seriously in your field. So I would say April is a really exciting month for you. Let's just clarify a little bit more. Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Expect the unexpected in terms of good luck, things, being on your side. Anything you turn your hand to in April is just going to work out really well. This is fate and destiny bringing you a wish, bringing you rewards, but you worked hard for this. We have to acknowledge that the universe offers us opportunities, and it's up to us if we grab it with both hands or if we let it pass us by. And I feel like you're grabbing all opportunities, and there's just a lot of success around you. And throughout the year, of course, but, April is a big month for success. It's a big month for breaking through cycles, changing things. And, I would also say that in terms of finances, there could be a fluctuation in finances there as well. So it could be, a knock-on effect of you either getting a bonus or an increase in finances from the March into the April period, okay? Now, as we move into May, we have grounded, gravity. I just heard from my guides, this is a big year for you being the sort of person who goes into nature and puts your feet on the grass. Really connect to the earth, really connect to the ground. You're really grounded in your plans. You're grounded in terms of your health. I feel like you are energized, and I also feel that everything is connected. You're going to see lots of synchronicities this year. Numerical synchronicities. If you think of a name of like your company, if you have one, suddenly you're going to see that name everywhere, not just with your company. Could be that you see a logo or something that's going to be beneficial, but you'll see it everywhere. These are signs from the universe to let you know that you are on target. Now, of course, as you can see, we've got the world there too. So there could be something that does impact the world in and around April that has like a connected energy to pretty much, most countries or a lot of countries, for example. I really don't want to go there, but, there could be some sort of escalation of something in the month of April. As we move from sort of the end of February into March, April, of course, Mars goes direct, and this is where things amplify. It's been simmering things, keeping a lid on things. You may have felt that your energy has been just at a certain level, but as it goes direct, actually, you're going to have more energy, but also means that there's a lot more hot-headed people, or conflict can escalate during this time as well. So I feel there could be something in the world, but on a personal level, this is about you being connected to all of the things that you're doing. Everything is going really well for you. And as you can see, all those animals are paying attention. So it can be that you are using your instincts. These butterflies, they represent change. So this can be that transformation is actually going to be such a positive influence in your life. And of course, it's number 39. When you reduce it, of course, it's 12. So this can indicate that there's a suspended energy here about something. It's like you're maintaining and sustaining, increasing, then maintaining and sustaining. So I feel like you're on solid ground there. This figure is literally on top of the world. Okay, I just want you to be aware of that actual image. But in terms of the card itself, it actually indicates that, the gravity of the situation, but also the power that you exude. This is all about gravitas, especially since you've had the power volcano. This is your gravitas. This is about you acknowledging that you are more powerful than you often give yourself credit for. This is about you walking into a room and people respecting you, or feeling your energy, walking tall, knowing who you are and what you value about yourself really teaches other people how to value you too. Okay, now for some of you, you may do a little bit of traveling around about this time. I'm getting strong travel vibes from this card. Could be that you're going to see some friends overseas that you haven't seen for a while, or perhaps you're drawn to a specific country. Maybe there's actually, flamingos there as well. Not really sure, but there's a strong energy coming out of that. And also, some of you may think about adopting a pet, or even a pet may adopt you this year. Okay, because I'm getting strong animal vibes from your reading. So if you have pets already, it could also be that either they make a friend and then you have an extra pet coming in occasionally, or you're perhaps bringing your pet for a little pet date with their friend, or it could be that that you spend a little bit more time with your pet, for example. Some of you may work from home during this time, or it could be that you reshift your hours, or it could be that you bring your pet to work, for example. That's coming through there as well. But ultimately, I'm clarifying this energy for this month. And, I feel a lot of you could be in the flows of education during this time. It could be that, a new course of learning happens. When you have the Hierophant, it indicates you're having faith, you're deepening your belief system, but it can also represent structures outside of yourself. Institutions, for example. We've got the Emperor there as well. So this could be you bossing up, connecting to different institutions, or perhaps visiting, some sort of person for a meeting, important meeting there for advice on something. It's connected to your good luck. I would say, and I don't really want to talk about things like lottery or a win, but I feel like some of you may win something in the month of sort of April, and then you have to perhaps ask someone how to kind of like manage it, for example, if it's like a large sum of money for the lottery. And I'm not saying go out there and purchase lottery tickets. I'm not saying that at all. I don't see lottery around it, so I have to be honest with you there. But I'm just highlighting that, some sort of good luck that comes your way, you could kind of like learn how to manage it. It could be financial in nature, or you could be getting advice on how to, increase the luck that you've just had, because the Wheel of Fortune is still present even as you move into June there. So it's a very lucky time for you to launch things. It could be also that you're using knowledge to create a business, or using your knowledge to expand your business there, or to really settle yourself in a promotion or an entrepreneurship kind of role there. Now, I feel like you're stricter with yourself, especially when it comes to finances. The Hierophant is all about knowledge. So I definitely see a lot of you booking courses online, connecting to your hobbies, really informing yourself. But also this could be that, there is some sort of event that occurs in the world where, there's a change. And it could be a fortuitous change because, of course, you've got the Wheel of Fortune there, but there may be a change of structures. I'm really drawn to, and I'm thinking about actually launching a channel where I scry and see events in the world, but I'm strongly seeing like a change of some sort of religious figure, a big figurehead in the world, a religious sort of leader there. And my readings are not about religion, but I keep seeing like the white smoke, which indicates like a change when it comes to a certain religion's figurehead. Okay, so that's coming through there strongly. So maybe we're going to see something like that. I'm not sure, and it may kind of like shake the foundations of that particular religion. For example, may be something in and around that. I'm just going to say it and call it, because sometimes when things come up, I just honor it and then move on from it. And, a lot of the time it comes true, but, sometimes I'll sit with spirit and actually get specific messages as well. But yeah, that's coming out there too. Now, I'm just going to pull a few more cards on June for you. I feel this is about getting out into nature. A lot of festival energy there. Some of you may go to some sort of exciting event, which is in nature. So it could be a festival. This is either in June or August for a lot of you. Okay, that's the energy I've got there. I do see August you being like completely at one with nature. So it could be some sort of event that you've booked already, or something that you're going to book in June for August. So please bear that in mind. We've got the Temperance card. A lot of you are turning one thing into another. You're blending your energies. You're focusing completely on your life's purpose and mission. And it's all about maintaining, peace of mind, being patient. It's about balance, but also a clear path is being made for you. So I do see that some of you, I feel there could be a new home, or a change in, maybe even a reconstruction in your working environment. Maybe the company that you work for relocate, for example. I feel like you're going places, shifting actual landscapes, and I feel like there's a peace, a serenity in the destination. It feels better wherever you're ending up there, okay? And again, it's a major arcana card, even in like a full deck there. So I would say May is a big month for you there, even from April. I feel April and May, big months for you to look out for there too. Now, of course, as we move into June, we have solitariness. So this is about being alone, withdrawing into self. It's really a bit of a, happy hump month, shall we say. We all get to kind of the middle of the year, and we've been striving for a lot, and suddenly we feel just a little bit exhausted or we need to have some time alone. But as you can see, this figure is on a swing. So I feel this is about enjoying your own time, being more independent this year. And as you can see, there's lots of parakeets. Okay, now parakeets, they tend to be soulmates. You know, they partner up with their soulmate for life. So this could be that you spend more time with your partner. There's a little bit more sort of like cozying in together, spending more time. I do see some sort of travel going on, so it could be that you and your partner have a bit of a getaway during this period. But it says solitariness, desert, okay? So as you can see, there's footsteps right there. Again, I feel there's all these peaks and troughs throughout your cards. So this tells me that, you know, life is all about ups and downs, but I feel this is about you making your mark in something, you know, standing out from the crowd, or, you know, being your wonderful, unique, authentic self. And this card, it's number 13, of course, is the Death card energy. It's transformation. So I feel this is a strong month as well. You'll get confirmation from someone in spirit that they walk by your side, that you are not alone. You know, this figure, her footsteps are there, and this is not a gender-specific reading, but she's there on that swing, and there's more than one set of footprints there. So I feel this is going to be a big month where someone who is in spirit, they make you aware of their presence, and you sit with them and you honor them, light a candle, and you are aware that they're guiding you, they're protecting you. And you know, this is a big month for the veil to be really thin between communication. Some of you, if you are on a spiritual quest this year to elevate your higher consciousness, this is a big breakthrough year for you as well. And you may have a lot of psychic flashes in the month of June in particular. Now, this card, it actually means that there is a difference between being alone and also solitary time and being lonely, okay? This is about you feeling confident to spend time alone. It's a very powerful energy. You don't need to do so much during this month. Of course, you've got responsibilities, you're going to be going to work, but this is about developing simplicity. So I feel a lot of you could be decluttering in this month or simplifying your life in some way. This is a card where it means that you're adapting to different landscapes. I mean, you have so many cards here where your landscapes are changing. So either you're going to be doing a lot of traveling this year, working as you go, or you could be seconded to a different branch, for example, or you're going to be moving to different places in order to get a feel of where you feel like you truly want to belong. Because looking at the overarching energy, it's like you're trying lots of new things. And that's not just in terms of environments. I feel like you're just trying lots of new things this year, new experiences, new hobbies, new festivals, new events, new art, new theater, new music, that sort of thing. You know, styles changing, just really variety is a spice of life, because you end up in December at number 1, your true north. So it's almost like you are kind of like diversifying. You know, this is a very explorative year for you. And what's really exciting, and I'm like getting goosebumps about it because, you know, I'm a Scorpio too, and I can't read for myself, but I'm seeing the energy here. I'm like super excited because next year is a 1 year. And you've got number 1 in December, which means you're so ready for the path ahead. What it means is there's so much success, and it means you're completely aligned with your dreams and your goals. Everything that you've been doing that's compartmentalized is coming together for you, and I'm feeling very excited for you indeed. So let me just pull a quick card on this one. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Tell me about the solitariness. Okay, the 5 of Cups. Okay, now when we take some alone time or some downtime, it makes us reflect on the things that we don't have. It makes us reflect on the hardships. So, you know, I would say this is about enjoying your time and not spending too much time thinking about the things that you feel like you lack, because, you know, that can bring down your energy. We've got the moon. Yeah, you're going to be in your feelings there. So it could be you connecting or remembering, you know, something that you experienced that was difficult, the tower there. Now, of course, the tower is also about removing yourself, can be about isolation. You know, as I said, there is a difference between loneliness and, you know, solitariness. And of course, sometimes the universe, it asks us to spend time alone so we can hear our heart a little bit more, or we can discover spiritual gifts. You'll notice that friendships evolve and change. Sometimes as we start to spiritually evolve, our friendships get smaller and smaller and smaller to the point where we were like, you know what, I rely on myself. You become super self-reliant, independent, because Spirit wants you to spend some time alone to listen to your heart. If you're the sort of person, for example, that when you have alone time, you spend it scrolling through things or listening to stuff online, especially if you're going to bed and you put your headphones on, for example, it can be that you're canceling out time where your guides want to connect to you, where they need to speak to you. So it's like sit with self, enjoy nature. You know, this figure is not connecting to anything that is outside herself. She is sitting in an environment that is peaceful. You know, the birds are obviously singing. You know, that is the whispers of the heart. And I feel this is a transformative time for you to recognize that things have been challenging, but you're still finding growth in challenging situations. You're being flexible, okay? Now, the moon card can also indicate that you have a decision to make in this month where you are thinking about independence and, you know, time with family. I want you to be aware, because that Tower can also be that there is some sort of news that comes in that surprises you. 5 of Cups can be that someone disappoints you, for example. You remove yourself from a situation again. It could be, a cycle trying to replay itself, but now you respond differently and you don't let it happen. You know, there's a dog and a wolf on this, so it could also be there's a little bit of an inner battle in this month for you about independence, wanting to spend time alone, but feeling responsibilities with family or friends or commitments that you've made, because I feel a lot of you are focusing on your commitments this year, your sense of duty, but also finding your way to being a little bit more independent and honoring your own needs. This is a period for you to dream, to connect. But when we spend time alone, we tend to go through the shadow self, you know, so I feel like this is about transforming your thoughts and acknowledging that spending time alone, you can actually, you know, cathartically release the pressure, but also, you know, tap into more of that dreamy side to romance your life a little bit more. So I feel this is you kind of like picking choice moments or events to do by yourself, whether it's a little getaway or, you know, a trip to the market by yourself, or whether it is to the cinema. You know, it's really romancing your life. This is a romance card, so it can indicate that you're romancing your life a little bit more, spending time to do things that you feel fulfilled in, even if it's like fixing up an old bike, or if it's painting, or if it's like just walking in nature. Whatever it is, this is a great month for you to be alone, and it just feels like a calmer month for you. Now, as we move into July, this is a month where you are going to festivals there. I also see a festival in August. I did mention that energy, but it could be in, I feel there's a lot of like getting out there into nature or seeing events that are outside. Okay, but I do see that, this is the July month, but August, I also see festival energy around you. But also it could be like a getaway. It could be that you're going on a spiritual retreat, or, you know, maybe a vacation there, maybe an exotic one at that, because I feel a lot of you want to try new like landscapes. But it says here companionship, so it's a really nice kind of opposite to you spending time alone and then being more sociable when it comes to the following month. So July, I feel like you're connecting to family and friends a little bit more. This is also a very instinctual card, and it indicates that you're tapping into your intuitive leanings, your hunches, in order to conduct your life. And I feel your instincts actually increase from the month of May there. You're very naturally intuitive already, but I feel it's just going to increase throughout the year. Now, this card, it also indicates that you actually have a superpower as a human, whether it's you being a best friend, whether it's you who actually steps in and helps people, saves people, you know, whether it's you who is always like preempting things and just, you know, being right all the time, whatever your superpower is, whether you're like a great actor or musician, or, you know, you're great at business, whatever it is, this really amplifies in this month. And it's about you acknowledging that, you know, you have a superpower and you find it and you exercise it. Okay. It's about taking time out to share your gifts. It's not really a gift unless you give it away. Okay. It's very important to recognize that. Now, of course, the law of the universe is a fair exchange. So if you are someone who is great at painting, but, you know, you're also working as an accountant during the day, it could be that you're spending time doing some of your painting and you put it up on social media and someone says, you know what, I love that, you know, and you thought you were just painting it for you, and you're like, I'm not sure if I want to really give it away. But then someone says, okay, well, I'd like to pay you for it. And then you're like, oh, okay, I could make a business out of this. So it could be something that will inform you in a positive way, but also There could be some moments where you're gifting in this month. So someone important close to you, it could be like a celebration, it could be their birthday, for example, because I'm seeing a lot of gifts going on in this month there. But also, this is about you having a real affinity to animals. You're just going to notice animals coming towards you because you're a good soul. You are a beautiful heart. And I feel this is a measure of you being connected to your environment around you, that you're in the flow. And whenever you get to that level of connectedness, you start to see things in just a new way. And I feel, this is a prime time where, perhaps you're thinking about adopting a pet. I feel like you would fully adopt a pet in this month, but also... it could also be that a pet has adopted you, shall we say, in and around May, but fully kind of like moves in with you, shall we say, in the month of July there as well. It's also the World card energy, so I feel there is a bit more of a community energy here. 21 is success energy. So I would say that this is your community or whatever industry you work in, noticing you, coming together to like really put that spotlight on you and see that you are a force to be reckoned with. I'm going to pull some cards on that because I feel this is a nice paced month. I actually see a lot of money around you in this month for some reason. There's also the wolf there that is really calling to me in this card, so it can be a pathfinder month. What else am I getting with that card, that energy? I just feel like there's a lot of friendly energy in and around that month where like people are really nice. People are stepping up to help you. It could be that you find the right people, the right energy. Yeah, World card energy. Everything happens as it should. When I clarified the first card, number 16 was the Tower. The Tower came out. Now I'm clarifying the World has come out. So this indicates a lot of success. This is literally a success wreath. It feels like things have come together. Things are coming full circle. Everything feels connected. It just feels like a really nice energy in the month of July. Also, some of you, I feel this energy of emigration. So it could be that you move to a place that has wonderful wild animals there, or it could be that you decide to migrate your business somewhere, or perhaps you're retiring around about this time and you're spending time with, nature and your pets, for example. Also, the World card can indicate that you are completing something and you just feel like really great about yourself, really proud about yourself there, because it feels like a nicer kind of energy in that month. I mean, this is a card that indicates something comes to an end, especially since you have the Fool card there. It can indicate that you start something fresh and new round about this time. It could be a total revamp. It feels like a nicer launch. So it could be that, it's a quiet, soft launch of something, or you're diving into something that feels quite, organic, that you feel this is time to do this. Also, end of cycle, beginning of something new. I feel also this is a month where you're more sociable. Fool card is all about getting out there, enjoying yourself. It's a lot of potential. So I feel, you've come as far as you can in terms of success on something by the middle of the year there, and you're ready for something new. It doesn't have to be a new start in a new business or a new job or anything like that. It could be that, you are like ready for like challenging yourself in a new way. For some of you, it could be that you're doing some sort of like community work or charity work, and it can be that you feel really great about yourself, that you could help out in some way. Also, I'm being given that it's like an end of an era in something. I did mention that as you move into the August month, I feel like you could settle in a place finally. So if you're moving home, this will be a settling month. As you move from July into August there, the cycle is coming to an end where you used to be, and now you're moving into a new environment or a new energy there. I see a lot of adventure around you in this month, so it could be a world trip somewhere or a world adventure. Could be to a different part of the world that you've never been to. It just feels like a really exciting time. But ultimately, I feel it's new success. Okay, so I feel there's something really wonderful about you there. Now, as we move into the month of August, we've got atoms. Things are starting to build up again. Fizzy energy. This is about you being electric in the month of August. Okay, I do see some of you, as I said, going to a festival, so it could be that. But also, it's number 40. When you reduce it, it's 4. So that means solid foundations. And as you can see, this figure is in a boat, which means it's all about your journey. You're moving forward. You're picking and choosing the things that you want to do. I feel like there's lots of golden opportunities in this month for you there as well. You know, this card literally means that everything is connected by the building blocks of matter and the building blocks of what you started, your legacy. So I feel things are coming together for you. You're in motion and you're not stagnant. Also, I feel that, you know, things are changing in a very natural way. And this is a month for variety. This is about you kind of experiencing everything that life has to offer. So you may be at a nice pace doing really exciting things. I feel there's a cusp energy where this could be your getaway period, you know, going on a vacation. So it could be kind of like July into August where you go traveling to somewhere new. But I feel with the atoms, it literally says building. So I feel you are creating security. You're going to see that things are secure for you and that you did this. You know, there's only one person in that boat, and I feel like you're shining a light, being inspired. The Tower, interesting. We'll go one more. We got the Tower and the Moon card there. So this could be something independent, romancing your life, transforming, coming out the other side of something. I feel it's positive. Yeah, the Sun card. I was like, what? So it could be an awakening. Okay. You know, in order to blossom, we have to look at the negative side of things first as well. It could be that you're shifting away from something emotionally, but you're building like a new you. Something new is forming for you that's actually maybe some sort of upheaval, but it's actually really positive. A lot of you, it's like you want to leave the rainy, wet weather and you want to kind of like go somewhere new that's like sunny. It could be that, you know, you're sick and tired of all this crazy weather, like the lightning bolts and the rain and the darkness, for example, and you want to go somewhere that is sunnier, that gives you a little bit more positivity. But the Tower is perhaps something that comes to light that like surprises you. For example, it's something hidden. Maybe I'm not allowed to see it. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it's negative because it's clarified by the Sun, but also that is a very positive card there. But it can indicate something hidden comes to light this month in August, and it can like surprise you in a way that perhaps, I mean, intuitively, you probably felt it, but it may be that you get confirmation of it in the month of August. Let me just clarify this energy for you. I mean, the Sun is positive. Yeah, it gives you options. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups there. Now, 7 of Cups is like the power of possibility. It means whatever you focus on, you can transform it. It means you have an opportunity to dream and seize the day. So it's like use your imagination, which of course is the Moon card. The Tower is to restructure your life, but also to set yourself free. We all get into a little bit of a cycle of repeat there. In the Sun card, I feel what is truly being shown here is to keep moving. You know, life in the universe does not want you to be stagnant. So it's like, keep moving, keep enjoying your life, keep getting yourself out there. And, you know, I feel with the Page of Pentacles, you know, this could be you learning something new. Perhaps there is some sort of like connection to a course of learning that you're moving from level to level and you're like getting better every time you move up that ladder. It can also be that there's a surprise new money coming on in. Page of Pentacles is an offering. It could also be, you know, another new opportunity to make more money. But I feel more than anything, it's about you taking responsibility of your actions and choosing the right options for you. Really investing in your life and truly just going where your heart feels happy. Because the Sun card, it normally is connected to the sunflower, which means the sunflower only follows the sun throughout the day. So it can be hard to remain on course, but I feel like you're trying your best to keep doing things that bring you joy. I would say there may be like some sort of surprise in this month, but I don't see it being negative. So I want you to be aware of that. Now, as we move into September, it's a quieter month. This is you maybe going off grid. I feel January and, you know, September, maybe even, you know, June time, you're kind of going off grid a little bit in order to formulate new plans or have alone time there. It literally says silence, snow. So it can be that this is just a month where things just keep ticking over. Nothing really is happening. You're in your 6th house energy, perhaps, where you're focusing on responsibility, tasks, you know, your business, or just keeping life running smoothly. There's nothing like major to report, shall we say. But also it's number 14, which is the Temperance card. So things are running smoothly. They're in balance. You know, it just means that you're maintaining and sustaining during this month and focusing on your sense of, you know, meaning, purpose, and you're, you know, prioritizing what's important to you during this month. Now, also, I just want to clarify there. It's actually number 34. It's not 14, my guide said, and they are right. It is 34. But I'm feeling very strong temperance energy with this, so apologies there, but I still, stand by my temperance energy of what I can feel with this card. 14 may even be, an important date for you during September. So maybe list it as something to be mindful of. I'm going to pull a card on this one, but as you can see, there's a little rabbit there. Now, rabbits do represent wealth and luck, good luck. So it could be that you're having sporadic moments of good luck throughout the year, but you're not telling anybody about it. That little snow rabbit is blending in with the background. So I feel you just want to just go off grid and, maybe, put your cell phone off or just, have like out of office on, for example, during that time. I'm just going to pull a card and see why. That card, it literally means that you're allowing yourself to soften. Okay, you're not speaking just for the sake of speaking. You are someone who has a very deep opinion on everything, but you're choosing your words carefully. It literally means that you're observing at this time. So it could be that you're observing a person. For some of you, it may be a person who's younger than you because that Page of Pentacles came out there. It could be that the best way to gain information from a person is to stay silent. Because when a person, they know everything about everything, and they're always telling you that they know everything about everything, people kind of stay away from that energy. They're like, oh my gosh, it's just like overwhelming. And the people who stay silent, they're the ones that are going to get more information, because if they say that they don't know anything or they just stay silent, then the other person kind of assumes that they don't know anything. So therefore they should impart the wisdom or the information. So sometimes it's great to listen or stay a little bit more silent. You can observe people in a better way there. This could be a month where you're actually watching someone's actions or intentions, or kind of like judging a situation, observing from the sidelines there on something, going a little bit like silent in order to think about what it is that you're doing. It's something that's new. We got the Devil card there, and we've got the Justice energy as well. Okay, so the Justice card, it can indicate that you're making some adjustments, okay, to keep life in balance and running smoothly there as well. There's some good karma coming to you this month. I also see that some of you may be cutting out, a temptation. Perhaps you have decided to cut this out for 2025, but there may be a slight temptation in the month of September and you want to withdraw from it. So it could be a person who suddenly reaches out from the past, something toxic there that you've identified and you want to do what is right. It's like the temptation has appeared, but you're doing what you feel is right with the situation. You've moved away from it. It's like a new you. You're not going to connect to this anymore. So this is like you phasing it out or withdrawing from it, saying, nope, not going to connect to that. But also, this could be that you're setting up some sort of structure, or there is some sort of like legal documents that you're going to focus on, and you may want to have no distractions during this month. You want to focus on something that is important for you. Some of you could also sign contracts during this time. Because the Devil is present, I would definitely say read the fine print. A card like this, it could indicate that there is something that is hidden in a clause, or something that is hard to expose or reveal in a contract that perhaps you'll want to kind of see. So this could be that, don't rush into anything. Don't launch something, or don't rush into something or dive into something, because there could be something hidden there that you want to reveal. Those curtains are revealing something. And, the Justice card can indicate that you get to negotiate a better deal, or you find a better way as well there. Okay. Let me just go and get a little bit more detail on that for you, because this seems to be a bit of a pinnacle month. It's interesting. When you go quiet, my beautiful Scorpio, it means that everything's happening rather than nothing's happening. So it's like there's a lot going on, but it could be behind the scenes or from the sidelines, under the radar. There's always a measure of, a Scorpio's response. If a Scorpio goes silent, run. And it's really interesting because I see your cards, and because I'm a Scorpio, I understand that. It's like if you're angry with someone, or you've had a conflict with someone, maybe that Tower in the previous month, there's some sort of conflict, or you see someone in a new light, that did come up, and it's like you've gone silent. They better run. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. But I feel like they're going to be surprised at your actions, because you're like, you know what? It's not worth my time. So you surprise them in that way. So we got the Nine of Swords there. So this could be a month where you have difficulty sleeping, or it could be something that's on your mind that you really need to think about. Let's clarify a little bit more, because the Nine of Swords, it's all about thought. And it can be that, you know, there's a feeling of sadness. Maybe someone says something that's a little bit cruel to you, or says something that's a little bit out of order to you, and you're trying to reconcile it within yourself, and you're withdrawing in order to kind of like understand it. Also, you know, because I feel some of you, there may be a little bit of excess over the July-August period where you're going out having a lot of fun, socializing. This could be a big month where you're detoxifying, getting back on track when it comes to your health goals. So we have the Justice card. Well, whatever it is, you're going to get justice, okay? Because the Justice card has come out even in another deck there too. So Nine of Swords, we've got the Two of Pentacles. Something could fluctuate for you and you need to look at it first. But also this is about remaining in balance. I mean, this is the equivalent, should we say, of the Temperance card, because, you know, the Temperance card has 2 cups and is kind of like moving the water into another cup. So it could be you're trying to transform one thing into another. Two of Pentacles indicates that you're trying to manage 2 things perhaps, and you're just too busy to take calls and things like that. Two of Pentacles is having balance between work and play, but also it can indicate that your finances may fluctuate during this time. Maybe you've, because I feel a lot of you may have had like a large purchase throughout the year. For some of you, I'm seeing like a home, but I'm also seeing a car. Okay, so it could be that, you know, you've purchased something and you just don't want to go out so much this month. It feels like you're doing what is right. I also see like vacations there for you as well. Now, the Justice card indicates, of course, balance, harmony, doing what is right. So there's 2 cards here of balance. Even though we didn't get the Temperance card, I really felt that sense of balance there. But also the Page of Wands is about new inspiration. It's about being bold and daring, recharging your batteries, and news that perhaps excites you, but you really need to take stock of it and think about it first. Now, when you're about to do something new, bold, and daring, could be that's when the anxiety kicks in. You know, sometimes we have a little bit of doubt before we're about to launch something truly exciting. Don't let that get in the way, because I feel there's a lot of adventure ahead of you. That Page of Wands, it indicates that things are going to get more spontaneous, more exciting. There's more ambition here. And this is about, you know, your free spirit energy coming to the fore. Good times when you see this card, and good news and a lot of potential. It is literally the catalyst for change. A wand is about energy, and you're sort of recharging your batteries there to say, okay, where am I going to channel this energy now to get the best benefit? And the following month there, we've got October, very busy month. Lots of rushing around, you know, lots of correspondence overseas, maybe even seeing family members or family members coming to see you, especially if they're overseas. This is a big month where you're going to need the fact that you took a bit of a rest there. It's number 42, you know, so that when you reduce it is 6. So that is all about balance. So I feel like you will manage your time effectively. But this card asks you about the nature of speed, okay, because it says movement, speed. So a lot of movement improvement, and, you know, overcoming obstacles and leaping towards really great, wonderful things there. But this card indicates, you know, you have to savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you are doing your activities, because, you know, you could be working yourself a little bit too hard, or, you know, eating too fast, for example. You know, this is a card, of course, of not wasting time. I feel like you're being very productive this year, but also it's understanding the discernment of taking good quality time for you and your family, but also for your body, mind, and soul. I feel a lot of you are nurturing yourself in different ways. There are 3 months here in particular where I see you really focused on health. Of course, you're going to be doing that throughout the year, but you may implement new exercise routines or make additions to whatever it is that you are doing for your health there. I feel some of you may also, you know, meet or come into contact with a new practitioner in the month of October in particular, where they could help you with an issue that perhaps you've been dealing with. For a lot of you, you may meet that person around about March, April, but I do see a big improvement coming in the month of October if you've been dealing with something there too. We have the High Priestess. So very instinctive month. This is about having faith. This is also about blossoming. This is about your ideas becoming your reality. You may even feel like you're in two worlds because you're suspended doing so many things. You know, you may be doing one thing over here, but your mind's over there. And that's what I mean by two worlds. You know, this is a card of reprogramming. It's about slowing the pace. It's about taking a pause. It's about knowing when to stop. That's important in this month. And there we have the Temperance energy. So maybe it's like a crossover energy that I was feeling there. But, you know, as you can see with this Temperance energy, there's rainbows. So you're making your wishes become a reality. Whatever it is you're doing, there is a positive outcome, and you're fully in the flow of, you know, patiently and diligently being organized and working towards something that benefits your life. I mean, a lot of you may spend some time in the city during this time as well. I feel a lot of you want to get out into nature a little bit more, like run wild and free, but I also feel you may have to dip into the city during this month, or perhaps there's an event that you go to. I'm seeing like fancy dress in this month as well, so perhaps October there's some sort of party or event that you'll go to where you dress up. That's coming through there as well. 10 of Swords and the 7 of Wands there. So you're at your personal best. 10 of Swords, something big has ended. Now that could be that quiet time has ended. It's now very busy. The pressure is on, for example. The 10 of Swords can also indicate that perhaps you are defending yourself against someone who you see in a new light. Perhaps a friendship is over. You're cutting that person out there. But the 10 of Swords endings, they don't have to be like negative. They don't have to be like so dramatic. They can be graceful endings, like a point of epiphany, the end of an old way of doing something or thinking, and you're responding differently to a challenging situation, because this is all about the mind. It's about the swords. So it's like you've stopped dealing with something cerebrally that has caused you a lot of pressure. Okay, so I feel that you are managing stress levels in a really positive way. And, you know, 7 of Wands means you're at your personal best. It means you're at your peak. But you may also discover that someone is jealous about you with something in this month. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. And also someone, it's almost like you may need to stand up for something in this month, you know, stand up for what you believe in. Okay, you put an end to it, whatever it is. You're in a powerful position to say, no, I do not accept that. So let's go one more just to see what that could be, because thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Knight of Cups. Could be someone that you care about, or it could be you're standing up for what you believe in when it comes to your goals and dreams. It actually feels like the pressure is on with something that you love doing, but you may see that things are challenging or changing and you're having to be adaptable. That's the energy that I've got there. But I feel like you maintain your position, even though there are endings around you. So for example, there may be some redundancies going on, or you hear of redundancies, and you know, you maintain your position because people love your work ethic. They love what you do. You're fully in the flow and you give so much of yourself. You give your all. But you know, this doesn't have to be about work. This can also be that you're managing your stress levels and, you know, you're keeping like drama at bay, as it were. Now, as we move into your birthday month, my beautiful Scorpio, well, there is a cusp there. You're going to be very busy at the sort of very beginning of your birthday month there in October. But as you move into November there, you know, we've got the mystery card. So you're kind of withdrawing back into self. You know, I feel like you've made a lot of changes by this point in 2025. And I feel that things really are coming full circle for you. It says dark matter. Okay, so I feel this is you magnetized. Okay, I feel there's a sense of magnetism about this card, that you realize how powerful you have been when you stood your ground and you actually decided what it is you wanted there too. Now, this card, there is an energy about it where it indicates that the world still has mystery. Even though you're someone who is intuitive and you can see things, you can see through people, sometimes it's important not to lose that sense of curiosity or lose that sparkle or that magic, okay? And if you're rushing around all the time, you'll miss the magic. So I feel this is about spending good quality time in order to rediscover that. This card indicates that you're having faith, that things are coming together, you know, and also sometimes when we're in the middle of something and it feels chaotic, we can't see the progress, but progress has been made. And I feel like you're making leaps and bounds this year as well. And if you really take a moment to take stock of that, you'll actually see that you've come a long way. So let me just pull some final cards on that for you. star energy, a lot of success. Okay, I would also say that, again, there's a lot of successes here that you're not telling anybody about, and perhaps you keeping your endeavors to yourself has shown you that success has increased. So it could be a measure that you've been like testing, for example. I would also say that there's 2 points in the month where I feel like you could pass a test, whether it's a driving test or some sort of college test, university thing. But I feel this is about you being in the spotlight, recognized, but also appreciated for who you are. You're celebrated. So that means, you know, there's some sort of gift coming your way during this period as well. But I feel this is your month to shine. And I also see that you acknowledge how much success that you've accomplished, but there's also some good news in this month too. So it's not like you're winding down the year and you're exhausted and that's the end of it. I feel like you continue to be sort of really successful throughout the year. It's also a month for purifying, so I feel like you stick to your detoxifying plans there. 9 of Cups, wish fulfilled, and you are magnetic. Yeah, so you got the Queen of Wands there, which is all about magnetism, power. You're going to get a lot of attention this month. Okay, I definitely see that a lot of you, if you're searching for a soulmate, I feel like you'll be in a relationship at this point and really pampered by your partner. But also this card indicates that, you know, you are living your passions and you've transformed your life so much so that 2024, it seems like a distant memory. You know, I feel like everything is to play for this year and you are literally boldly stepping up to make your dreams become a reality. And the 9 of Cups indicates you sit with self on your birthday and go, I did it. Things are happening. 9 of Cups is contentment, fulfillment. It's also about spending good quality time with the people you care about. So I see it being a bit of a social month. It's like a half and half. You're allowing yourself to be seen, getting out there a little bit more. You may reveal a little bit more about yourself during this time because everyone sees you as a bit of a mystery. And I feel like you want to be more open-hearted this year so that people do not kind of misunderstand you or misconstrue you and your actions. But these 2 cards, very positive month indeed. A wish is fulfilled. You know, you're getting a lot of attention. You're going to get lots of compliments that you don't look your age in that month as well. And, you know, I feel it's a great month there for you. You may even pick up some new products to continue like beauty routines and maybe even purchase new clothes, wardrobe, change of style in that month as well. Revamp your hair in some way is coming through there too. Now we leave the year actually on a high, focusing on your sense of purpose. The True North card, very important. Expansion, expanding on what you built. This is a year of building. And it's a year of a lot of success, but it only increases as you move into 2026. This card is, you know, as I said, this year is pretty explorative for you. You're trying new things, seeing what works, seeing what you love, rediscovering what you love in life again, and you're sticking with it. Now, this card indicates that you're guided, you know, by your heart, your soul, and your actual spirit guides, but also you're doing research. So I feel like this could be a big month where you are researching new things, new endeavors, and new experiences. But also, this is a card that indicates that you're focused and honest. And, you know, you've overcome some obstacles and you know what you know and you know where you want to take life to next. It's about being brave and bold and focusing on the fact that we can have a number of purposes. We don't just have to do one thing. You know, we can lend ourselves to the variety and the spice of life. And I feel that this is about you seeking true adventure and being truly fulfilled in all areas of your life. Now, some of you, because I'm being drawn to Norway there as well, the fjords, okay, of course, that's what the card looks like. It could be that there's some sort of event in and around Norway during that time, or perhaps you're going to a place where, you know, you see the Northern Lights, for example, or, I mean, there's going to be a lot more solar flares, so everywhere is probably going to see it by the end of 2025. I know that's very unusual, but, you know, we're seeing a lot of activity there too. But if you notice, you know, you may feel it's been a bit of a bumpy or rocky start to the beginning of the year, but as you can see, the snow-capped mountains have fully kind of melted now, and you have a clear path to move forward. And it just feels like there's a lot of growth this year, a lot of potential, and it's the gateway year for you in order to accomplish more and be really proud of yourself. And of course, you know, a measure of success is not just money. It's not, you know, fame or anything like that. A measure of success is being fulfilled inside of yourself, reshaping your landscapes, your body, your mind, your soul, your friendships. And I feel that this year is a year where you fulfill yourself on all areas of your life. It almost feels like your soul catches fire this year and you're so excited about the outcome. So we have, I did mention that earlier, okay, Hekoya, Hayoka. Okay, so it says, don't avoid what is triggering you. Move through it and heal yourself. Mirror empath triggers and needing healing. And I did mention that earlier about, you know, you looking at the nature of anger or what triggers you and you rising above it this year. We've also got those that lie down with dogs get up with fleas. So it can be that you are spending your time acknowledging who is deserving of your time or what people give you, for example, when you spend time with them. So it can be that, you know, you are trying to spend your time with people that enrich your soul, that, you know, don't leave a long-lasting legacy that is negative. Okay, so I definitely see that's something that you're focused on too. And we've also got magic. Magic surrounds you and in you. Use your skills to protect yourself. I don't know if you heard that large knock there over just across my room there. There's no one here, so, you know, that large knock is confirmation that, you know, magic surrounds you. It's in you. And use your skills to protect yourself. Psychic, spells casted, sorcerer, and witch. So you're tapping into your inner witch this year as well. And finally, we've got certain things catch your eye, but pursue only things that capture your heart. That's absolutely the way that you're running your life in 2025. Now, we're just going to close your reading. These readings often are longer, of course, because I'm doing a measure of the monthlies. So, you know, it says here, despite the frustration, you're on your way to making all your dreams come true. That is your 2025 in a nutshell. Probably should have just done one card. It encompassed all of it, okay? But also we've got, you have so much to offer the world, don't ever doubt your contribution. Now, I know that that card came up for you, I think, in the monthlies in January. It was something that was given to me as a message before this card even came out. And that's why this card coming out is so prominent. If you watch the monthlies for January that I did for you, I think at the beginning of the message, my guides actually gave me a sentence, which is like, you have so much to offer. Don't ever doubt your contribution. And then I shuffle this deck and this card came out and it's coming out again, which means it's reinforcing the message there for you. Very important year. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay. So we have the scales. Okay, so that's about balance. It's about doing what you feel is right. It's about prioritizing your time. Be flexible. Be open to change. Okay, I feel like the good karma coming your way, and I feel justice shall be served. Okay, this is a year of contracts, important documents, rules, regulations changing, you being adaptable to that as well. And of course, this is a trinket, shall we say, or a button of like some of you connecting to legal practices. Could be that you're purchasing things that require contracts, but also it's about bringing your worries into perspective and recognizing actually there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay, so before I go, actually, if you would like to enter a competition, free competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is take a moment of time to really see the world in your mind's eye and surround it in a protective light. Healing lights, because I really feel we need that for this year in particular. And in the comments box below, just put a heart emoji and a world emoji, and I'll enter you into the competition and I'll draw a winner for that free competition in February, and I will give that winner a free personal reading from me. Okay, so thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.